of our concern is him getting hit by a car.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know what to do with him, to be honest with you. I'm at my wit's end with this kid.
This woman ain't seen her kid in over an hour, and she knew he was gone from the house.
You gonna take him up there and look at the house?
That's pitiful. He said he hasn't ate today and can't remember the last time he ate.
Good, yes. I'm glad you got that door shut.
Yeah, that one's a piece of Lottie too.
Hey, Brittany.
Yeah.
I need you to come out here.
Okay.
No, not 1 second. I need you to come out here.
Hey guys, can I call y'all right back in just a second? I've got somebody at the door here. Yes, ma'am.
Is there somebody else here with the kids besides your grandpa?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
What? Huh? What? No, there's nobody here but Pop.
Okay. Turn around for me.
Why?
Because you're under arrest.
For what?
For the incident we talked about earlier today.
What am I under arrest for?
For reckless endangerment.
And how was I recklessly endangering my child?
We're not talking about it.
Soren, call Mommy and tell them they're taking me to jail because you decided to walk down the street.
Let go of your hands.
That's not his fault.
Yeah, call Mommy.
You're the mother. That's your responsibility to
Yeah,
keep
I
up with
need
your
you
child.
to not talk to me, please.
Okay. That's
Okay,
mature.
Soren, give her a call. Okay.
Last
time I checked, it wasn't illegal for a kid to walk to the store. So.
It is when they're 10 years old.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to see that on the books.
Okay. Well, you'll see it on your warrant.
Great. They're taking me to jail.
I love you.
Love you too, baby.
You give me permission to get your wallet out of it?
No.
Okay. That chicken's wearing a jacket.
Yeah, no. There's one wearing another that room.
Like you said, people got to put a fence up around their yard to keep their kids in, and if they don't, then it's their fault that the child is acting like an ass, which is what he's doing.
We have got to talk about these Brittany Patterson body cam videos. I just got 4 of them yesterday. So today is Saturday, November 16th, and this case is going viral. But I might have an unpopular opinion. I'm actually on the side of the cops. Once I watched all these videos more than once and went over all the reports they sent me. Okay, so this is going viral because the way it's being kind of pitched in mainstream media is Brittany's 10-year-old son, Soren, just went for a walk about 1 mile away from home in a small town in Georgia, and the cops are overreaching because they arrested the mother of this 10-year-old boy. First of all, I think he's 11. Soren tells the cops he's 10, then he says 11. He lies about where his mom works, and I understand the reason why the Good Samaritan called the cops in the first place when she witnessed what Soren was doing. Okay, so Brittany was arrested after her 11-year-old son made a walk along the highway in this small town in Georgia, a 1 mile, 20-minute walk along Marble City Road. I went to Google Maps and did the little Google Drive. I wanted to see where he actually walked. Along Marble City Road from his house in Mineral Bluff, Georgia. He went to the local Dollar General store and he was trying to buy, first of all, a lighter. And kudos to the clerk. I believe the clerk did not let him buy the lighter. I don't know why this little boy wanted a lighter. If you want to dig into all the details and watch this thing without my commentary, I've put all the videos in one over on Patreon. The link is below. I don't know how much I'll be able to get over here on YouTube. Hopefully all of them, but I noticed in certain portions there's music playing in the background. I'm not sure if YouTube will make me trim that out or what. We'll see what they get. Okay, this incident happened on Wednesday, October 30th. So what is that? All Hallows Eve? They do call it Devil's Night, don't they? But it was during the day, 12:15 p.m. when this 11-year-old boy disappeared. Soren disappeared from their 16-acre property. They have a 16-acre property in Mineral Bluff in northern Georgia. It started, Brittany told the cops later, when Brittany needed to take her older son to the chiropractor. So she was looking around for Soren. Soren was supposed to come with them. She's looking around. She goes in the house, I guess. She's looking around, calling him 5 minutes. She can't find him. So she decides, okay, fine. I'm going to take my older son to the chiropractor. I'm not going to be late. She drove to this other town. I think it's called Ellijay. I gotta see. It's in here somewhere. It's about 20 miles away. Brittany said they'd had an argument. Soren has done this before. He'll be all mad. He'll storm off, but Soren will usually, I guess, stay on their property, 16 acres. And maybe it wouldn't have been a problem if Soren had stayed on their property. If he were gone for an hour, wandering around their property and then gone back home, maybe no one would have noticed him. But I see why the Good Samaritan called the cops, because this is Wednesday around noon, 12:15, when most kids are in school. So she sees this little boy. The Good Samaritan thought Soren was about 7 years old, so she misjudged his age. That's one reason she called the cops, and I'm grateful she did. She did the right thing. They always tell us, if you see something, say something. Why didn't anyone save this child? I'm reading true crime cases all day long where people are like, why didn't anyone protect that child? Why didn't anyone save that child? Well, here's an instance where a woman is like, look, she watches Soren walk from the area of Marble City to the intersection of Mineral Bluff Highway and Spur 60. Now, I can tell these look like smaller highways, it's only a town of a few hundred people, and it's probably, you don't know who's passing through. Maybe they trust their neighbors implicitly, but like the cops say, you don't know if he could have been hit by a car, crossing intersections, or if some creeper is passing through town and sees a little boy by himself and like, let me grab him. But this Good Samaritan saw him. He went to the Beehive gas station and then across Marietta Avenue to the post office, where the Good Samaritan goes up to the boy and she's like, are you okay? And Soren says yes. And then she's asking Soren, do you need help? And he said no. So she's asking, where are your parents? What's your mom's name? And then Soren lies. He's claiming she works right here at the post office, I guess. Later, he told someone his mom worked at the gas station. None of this is true. His mom works as a realtor. So the woman is asking again, Soren, do you need help? And Soren says, never mind. And then he ran behind some fire station 2 and up Marietta Avenue. So the cops are searching the area after they're called, and they find him on Railroad Avenue. So Soren told the police he was homeschooled. This is true. He was pulled out of school in February 2024. February 7th, they figure out, I don't know why, maybe it's some kind of issues going on. Now this is what Deputy Kaylee Robertson wrote. Soren was visibly upset, but also did not seem to have the understanding of the situation that a child of his age would, and was unable to answer questions that a child of his age should know. I contacted Lieutenant Darvin Couch with School Resource, who was able to provide an address and contact information where Soren was previously enrolled at East Fannin Elementary. Okay, so this is in Georgia. We're going to take a look at body cam number 1. We've got 4, so I'm going to kind of give you commentary on each one. Body cam number 1, Deputy Kaylee Robertson calls Brittany, Soren's mom, and she takes Soren home.
No? Okay. Are you homeschooled?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Do you know how to read?
Yeah.
Yeah? What grade would you be in?
Fifth.
5th grade? How old are you?
10.
You're 10?
No, 11.
You're 11? Okay. Do you know your mom's name?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you know your phone number for your mom?
No.
No? Where does she work at?
A gas station.
Okay, which one?
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just a gas station. I don't know the name or anything.
Okay. Well, do you care to write your name down for me and your birthday?
I'm not very good at writing. Not very good at writing.
No, that's perfect. I like your name.
What else am I supposed to write?
Just your birthday.
I don't know.
This is my friend Matthew. Who watches you at home?
My grandpa.
Your grandpa? That's perfect. Thank you very much. Soren. That's an awesome name. And you said, what's your mom's name? Brittany? Brittany Patterson?
Yeah, 321.
Go ahead, boy.
Came out about 360 landline. He's buzzing. He's showing them Brittany Patterson at 5. Still sitting in there.
Careful. We'll place 121. Thank you, Mom.
He said he doesn't go to school anywhere. Yeah. You used to?
What short school? East Fannin Elementary. You probably had, what, Thomas K? Thomas K? Yeah. I like that Braves hat. You're welcome.
Here, can you revise his first name?
Sort of.
Okay, we'll give 360. Where you live at, Mama City?
People from Virgin.
Welcome to Verizon.
Who else is there?
Hello.
How are you, Kaylee?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
What's that kiddo's first name?
His first name is Soren. S-O-R-E-N.
Yeah, I just seen that just a minute ago.
He said that he used to go to East Fannin, but he doesn't go to school anywhere.
Yeah. Soren Alexander Patterson. Is he 10 years old?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm showing he goes to East Fannin. Lives at Model City. Mama is Brittany Patterson. Yeah, if you want it, yes.
Okay.
So he's showing to be, what grade? So he's 10, so he's got to be, he could be 5th grade, maybe 4th grade.
Okay. Is he currently enrolled there?
Yeah, let me, let's see here.
He said he's not homeschooled or anything either.
I believe he's currently enrolled because, let's see here. Get a schedule here. Yeah, I'm showing 24, 25 school here.
Okay.
Oh, no, hang on, let's see.
He says Mama's a real estate agent.
She's not.
He just told me she worked at a gas station. Darvin gave me a phone number for her. Hopefully it's an accurate one. I'm trying to see if he's enrolled in school.
No, he is homeschooled.
He's homeschooled at home.
As of February the 7th of 2024, he was, yeah,
Okay.
because he was, yeah, that's what it looks like. He's homeschooled now.
Okay.
So, well, maybe Mom can shed more light on it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, okay, issues. Give me a shout.
Well, thank you. That was very helpful.
Okay, well, yeah.
All right, thank you.
See y'all.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll try and call Mom.
Hello, you've reached Brittany Patterson with the Mountain Roots Group and Remax Town and Country in the beautiful.
Hey, this is Deputy Robertson, Fannin County Sheriff's Office.
Hey,
Do you have a son named Soren by chance?
I do. Yes, I do.
So we're out with him on Railroad Avenue in Mineral Bluff. I'm trying to figure. He's walked all the way down here from wherever y'all live.
We live off Marble City.
Okay. Is there somebody at the house that's with him?
My dad was with him. I had to leave to go pick up my other son, and he was supposed to come with me. And I couldn't find him anywhere. I guess he just decided to walk off and go for a walk, and so then I had to leave to go take my other son to the chiropractor. So,
okay,
I just left because I didn't know if he was just back out in the woods or where he was.
Okay, you didn't think to call us?
Well, no, because I figured he'd come home. He's done this before. Walk back in the woods when he gets mad or frustrated, and then he'll come home like an hour later. So, He's never walked all the way to Mineral Bluff, though.
Okay, yeah, because he's walking down the side of Mineral Bluff Highway. I mean, he was in the busy intersection and...
Well, and to be honest with you, he's very defiant. He won't listen to me. So I kind of figured that one day he might get picked up by you guys. Then maybe he would learn that he just can't do that, because I've told him he can't do that before.
Well, more of our concern is him getting hit by a car.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know what to do with him, to be honest with you. I'm at my wit's end with this kid. I've got 3 other kids that are great, and this kid just doesn't want to listen. Works. And honestly, I didn't know I could just call you guys when I wasn't 100% sure he was missing, because I wasn't. I thought he was maybe back in the woods, because we've got 16 acres and he does that a lot. So I didn't know that he was not on the property.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of important to let us know if you can't find your child.
So even if I'm not sure that he's on the property, or if he's not?
Yeah, if you can't find your child, that's kind of important.
Because I thought you couldn't file like missing person stuff until so much time had passed.
Well,
it had literally been 5 minutes since I had seen him.
Well, when
it's
different when it's a child.
Okay. Well, I just don't know these things. So, but yeah, I'm down in LJ. I'll be back home.
So how long is it?
I'm supposed to be home until 9:15 tonight.
How long's it been since you've seen your son?
I left the house actually I was late. I left at 12:50 because I had to be down here in LJ at the chiropractor at 1:30. At 12:30. And he was going to come with me. I brought his computer in the car. He got dressed. Me and my daughter went out and got in her, and I told him I'd be in the car. We waited 5 minutes. He wasn't there. Went back inside to look for him. He wasn't in the house. So I just left. I figured he was back in the woods because we just had an argument about his schoolwork. So honestly, if you knew him, you would know that this happens all the time. He gets mad and he stomps off in the woods, and then he comes back like an hour later when he's cooled down. So
okay. I'm going to have to do a report on this.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So if I can get you... Do you have your driver's license on you?
Yes. Hold on, let me get it.
Okay, can you give me your driver's license number?
Yeah. So the answer to this, my mom and my sister is literally right next door. So.
Okay. Alright, and just make sure I'm spelling his first name correct.
I can be back in like 30 minutes, but I'm just down in LJ right now.
Alright, well let me figure out what I need to do and I'll give you a call back.
Okay, let me call my mom and see if she can come pick him up. She may be closer than I am.
Okay.
Okay, alright, bye.
This woman ain't seen her kid in over an hour. And she knew he was gone from the house.
Yeah, he's old.
And he definitely has some kind of learning disability, something going on.
This is the college information.
Okay.
Oh, then the 27.
Okay. Thank you.
You want to transport him back to the house?
Yeah. She said that she was
Evaluate the
gonna.
house.
Yeah. 321 fan, and I also have a 27 to log. It's going to be the juvenile's mother. It's going to be repeating. Also, if you could just note in the CAD that she was aware he was gone from the house and just left anyways approximately an hour ago.
And 321 actually 27, the radio was distorted, and then we'll copy the rest of it.
Okay. 10-4, if you can just log that I spoke to the mother and she knew that he was missing from the house and left and went to LJ anyways approximately an hour ago.
Hold on, take you back to your house, okay, bud? Sound good?
We'll make no
Let me get you seatbelt in, okay? Good? Okay. I'm gonna close this door. Nothing to be scared about. You gonna take him up there and
Yeah.
look at the house? Yeah. All right, up there.
Alright. Alright, my friend. Are you hot or cold? Okay. Have you had anything to eat today? No? When's the last time you ate? Is there anything to eat at your house? Yeah? fan. I'm gonna be en route to Marble City Road with this juvenile. Beginning mileage 1228.3.
$13.25.
it straight up this way? Okay. Three 21 fan 23.
1328.
Please tell me Grandpa's here.
Supposed to be. He said he hasn't ate today and can't remember the last time he ate.
He's also lying.
Yeah. Alright. Come on out here.
Got you a turkey? Is that a turkey? What's his name? You don't know? You got a bunch of chickens too, don't you? You got a big old rooster.
You know what kind of chicken that is? No? No? Where is Grandpa at? Is he here?
Big dog.
Big dog.
Good, yes. I'm glad you got that door shut.
I don't think so. Here, come back out here with us for just a second.
He's just a big baby.
Is Grandpa laying down?
I don't know. He lives down there in the basement.
Okay.
Where at in the basement?
And he lives, the whole basement is his home.
Oh, okay. Well, can you, is there a way we can get somebody? Do you care if we go with you? How's that dog? Can that dog get up here?
No, I closed the door to the downstairs to the entrance to the basement.
But your
So he
grandpa's
can't-
down there.
My grandpa, there's another entrance down there.
Can that dog get to that entrance?
No.
Okay. Let's shut that door and go around this way.
You look awfully mean, but you are a big old hoss. We ultimately want to talk to Grandpa, okay?
We gotta make sure we're leaving you with somebody, okay? Is there any more dogs? Okay. Huh? You don't think it's open? Your mom said that your grandma lives next door, is that correct?
Yeah, there's a cabin over there, or you could access it through the woods, or you could just drive over there.
Okay. Is he able to come to the door?
He has an electrical.
Okay.
Am I allowed to go inside of it?
Let's talk to Grandpa really quick, and then we'll get you inside, okay?
Hey, that dog can't get over here, can it?
No.
Okay, good.
What's fine?
We went on that side. That dog about attacked us.
Oh, no. Not just pushing that.
We got your grandson here. He was all the way down there at that store down there in Mineral Block.
Yeah.
He's right here.
What are you doing? You don't know.
Yeah.
Where's your mom?
I don't know.
We called Mom. Mom knew he was not at home and went to LJ.
I was in LJ?
No, your mom is.
You home all by yourself?
Yeah.
Why were you down there?
I don't know. I went to the wrong place.
You're trying to go downtown, Blue Ridge, you said. We're just concerned about you, bud, okay? We're just
You're not in any kind of trouble, okay?
any trouble. We're worried about you. Like I said, I mentioned before, we don't want you to be ran over. We don't want some crazy person to be picking you up, okay?
He was on a four-wheeler?
No, he's walking.
No, he was walking.
Yeah. As he, do you care if we walk around upstairs and look around? Is that okay for you?
No.
Can he take us up there?
I'm
Can he take us up there?
He can,
Okay.
yeah.
I just want to walk around the house, just look around if that's okay with you.
You're welcome to me, yeah.
Thank you, sir. What's your name? Bobby. Bobby what?
Campbell.
Campbell. Bobby Campbell. Nice to meet you, Bobby. I'll go look around and make sure you got food and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he said he hasn't ate today. Is there, do you know if there's something to eat?
No.
There's not anything for him to eat?
Oh, up there? Yeah.
Okay. All right, I appreciate it.
You called his mother, though?
Yeah, I called his mom.
What did she say?
She said she knew he was gone, but she had to go to LJ.
Yeah.
So,
She should be in school.
yeah. From my understanding, he's homeschooled.
Yeah.
Anyways, we may come back down here if that's okay with you, and just, we've got to leave him with somebody, and mom's 30 minutes away. So, we've talked to, or the mom was supposed to be talking to grandma that lives next door, or, okay.
Grandma lives right next door.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you.
Okay.
He's got a bunch of food in the refrigerator. Nothing
Okay.
to eat. It's very clean. He's got food in the pantry and stuff.
Okay. What do you think?
He's out here. What happened to your bathroom door there? Your brother's got anger issues? Did... I got you. Well, do you feel comfortable staying here by yourself? You do all the time? Well, I know you're 11 and you can kind of take care of yourself, but I just don't want you back there. Around, okay? And you don't need us to make you anything or grab you anything to get something to eat?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Alright. Well, it's nice to meet you, okay?
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Alright.
If you ever need anything, give us a call, okay? All right.
College driveway. College advised you that 7986 Lakewood Highway 1 should be a good address to make contact back with him. He said there's 3 houses down from the school on Lakewood Highway.
What was it? I like that chicken.
Now, I don't blame Deputy Kaylee. She's cluing into something being off with Soren, something off about the situation. She does talk with Deputy Henry, a male deputy there, and they have their concerns. She thinks Soren has some kind of learning disability. That's another reason why, yeah, people are saying, sure, an 11-year-old can be off on its own. A lot of us as 11-year-olds, we were, I was taking the city bus home in Chicago when I was 11, my goodness, and walking home. So I don't know the laws here, but they are concerned. My concern is, why was Soren seeking to buy a lighter? Was he going to set something on fire? Was he going to try and smoke something? Or was he just going to do something responsible with it? Maybe just light a candle. I don't know. This is all the backstory. So Kaylee is asking Soren if he's eaten that day, and he said no. And he couldn't remember the last time he ate. So of course, that gets your pinky meter up like, wait, what's going on with this kid? It's past noon. He's telling me he hasn't eaten yet today, and he can't remember the last time he's eaten, and he's speaking really softly, and he's looking down. So anyway, I'm thinking no wonder cops are concerned. They wanted to give him a ride home. They did the right thing. They wanted to check out his home life, like what's going on with this little boy. But Kaylee's first call to Brittany was ignored. This is where the friction between Kaylee and Brittany starts. And I think if Brittany, the mom, had acted a little bit differently, she might not have been in this situation. I do appreciate her calmness, but I think it was misinterpreted a lot as not caring. So the report says Deputy Kaylee was sent a text that said to contact her via text. So they find this boy, they call his mom, track her down, and she ignores the call and says, just send me a text or whatever. So Kaylee says, due to the nature of the issue, I called again, and this time she answered. So Brittany is explaining her issues with her son, Soren, but it says in the report, she didn't sound too concerned or panicked. She was in Ellijay, I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's about 20 miles away from home. She was taking care of one of her other children for a chiropractor appointment. She was explaining, look, I waited for him for 5 minutes. He was supposed to come with us. She couldn't find him anywhere, so she left. She didn't know if he was just in the woods or where he was. She was running late for the appointment. It says, Mrs. Patterson seemed very unsurprised or concerned with this information. So you can tell Kaylee's like wanting Brittany to just care more or sound like she cares. So Brittany did admit, she's like, look, she's at her wit's end with Soren. It's a strained phone conversation between Deputy Kaylee and Brittany. Kaylee is trying to explain, look, Soren could have been hit by a car. And Brittany's going, I know. She kind of says it like, I know. But she's like, oh, he's never gone that far before. And Brittany is saying, look, he's very defiant. He doesn't listen to me. So, she figured, look, I'll just deal with it when I get home. And it's sad. Brittany might not have meant to say it this way, but Brittany says she has 3 other kids that are great. And Soren just doesn't want to listen. So I feel sad for him. But Brittany didn't know where Soren was, and she didn't know a lot about the law because Kaylee's like, you didn't think to call us? You didn't know where your son was? But Brittany's like, I didn't know I could call the cops right away. She thought she had to wait for a certain time period, that old misnomer back in the day where they're like, oh, you got to wait 48 hours before you report someone missing. And no, anyone watching, that's not true. If someone is missing and you're concerned, you report it right away. And Kaylee's trying to say, look, it's a child here. And Brittany is saying she had an argument with Soren. He's done it before. He storms off into the woods. He'll cool down and he'll come back in an hour. Brittany didn't know. She's like, I'm supposed to call you guys if he's just off in the woods somewhere. Brittany did say she would come back home. She was in Ellijay, but I didn't hear this part, but in the report it says she wasn't supposed to be back home until 9:15 p.m. that night. So if she was going to deal with it when she got back home, and if that part is true, that would have been a long time to leave Soren just running around looking for a lighter. I don't know if he was getting into trouble or not. I don't know what his plans were. Soren wasn't speaking much. He was lying about his mother's job. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to make it seem like my mom works right there at the post office, or she works right there at the gas station. Maybe that's why he lied. I don't know. But if Brittany wasn't supposed to get back till 9:15, that's a long time. Now, granted, her dad is on the property in the basement, but he's in a wheelchair and he didn't even know Soren wasn't home. So at this point, Kaylee is asking how long it had been since Brittany had last seen her son. And she said, okay, I left the house at 12:15. So at the point at which the call was taking place was 1:16. So it had been an hour since Brittany had seen her son. So Brittany's like, look, I'll try and call my mother. Her mother lives on that property too. It's a huge property somewhere. So her mom is eventually going to make an appearance in body cam number 4. And what she has to say is interesting too. But Kaylee is calling this situation pitiful. You can tell she already feels sorry for Soren. I think some kind of motherly instinct kicked up in Deputy Kaylee, and that's why she clashed with Brittany, the mother. So the male officer, Officer Henry, is asking, can you take Soren home and we'll go up there and check out the house? I don't blame them. So at the house, they follow Soren into this part where it's Brittany's office, her home office, and all of a sudden this big dog, huge dog, comes charging at them, and it's like, whoa! Deputy Kaylee gets the door closed in time, and that dog is like jumping up, whoa, whoa, whoa. And Deputy Henry is like, whoa, good thing you got that door closed in time. So the grandpa is in the basement in a wheelchair. He didn't even know Soren was gone. So they have a quick chat with grandpa down there. He's playing music, so I don't know if that part will come through. And you know, grandpa's like, wait, where's your mom? And did you call her? He should be in school. You know, grandpa has stuff to say. It's kind of hard to hear. But the cops do notice, okay, Soren has food, but they also did notice some kind of damage to a bathroom door. Deputy Henry asks Soren about that, and Soren, it's hard to hear what he's saying. He's far away. He speaks really low. So the male cop says something about anger issues, so I don't know what that's about. So they talk with Bobby, the grandpa, and they're telling Bobby, okay, Brittany is down in Ellijay. The report says that Soren said, I'm in Ellijay, but what I heard was Soren saying, I was in Ellijay? Soren thought he had walked a lot farther, I guess. He was confused, but no, he was only a mile away. Okay, and then Bobby is like asking Soren, were you home alone? And Soren is saying, yeah. Grandpa's trying to ask Soren, okay, what were you doing? And Soren is like, I don't know, I went to the wrong place. So I don't know if Soren intentionally knew he was going to Dollar General, if he was going to try and buy a lighter. What was he doing it for? I don't know. I don't think he's telling us. Body cam number 2 is just Deputy Kaylee giving Grandpa a quick update before they leave the house, because they're like, okay, Grandma's on the way. She lives pretty close. She can be there soon. In the meantime, Soren's here. He's home. You're here. It's like they kind of don't want to leave Soren, I guess, alone with just Grandpa there, since he is down in the basement. He's in a wheelchair, and it doesn't seem like he's an older gentleman. I'm sure he's been through a lot. I'm sure he's not, you know, watching all these kids. He didn't even know Soren was gone.
I appreciate your help. Mom said she's on her way. She's about 30 minutes away. Okay. So, I appreciate you, though.
You're going to be in trouble when she gets so far.
Yeah. I hate that, but
yeah.
He's got to...
He shouldn't have been out there.
Yeah, it's dangerous for him. I mean, I understand kids... No, I roamed wherever as a kid, but...
He knows better than that, though.
Yeah.
Like I say, he's homeschooled.
Yeah. Yeah, roaming around in your yard and in the woods around your house, all fine and well, but yeah, being out near the road, it's not safe. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you.
Okay,
have a good day.
Okay, body cam number 3. Here's the big one. Deputy Kaylee and Deputy Henry arrest Brittany. Now, Kaylee and Brittany, you can tell, don't get along.
Fan 320, would you clear? 10-4, Fan, I'll play C21.
I'm gonna go back to
Your what?
camera.
I got mine. Which door? This one or this one?
Yeah.
This one?
No.
There's somebody sitting right there. Is that her? Is that her?
Yeah, that one's a piece of white too.
Hey, Brittany.
Yeah.
I need you to come out here. No, not 1 second. I need you to come out here.
Hey guys, can I call y'all right back in just a second? I've got somebody at the door here. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye. Yes, ma'am.
Is there somebody else here with the kids besides your grandpa?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
What? Huh? No, there's nobody here but Pop.
Okay. Turn around for me.
Why?
Because you're under arrest.
For what?
For the incident we talked about earlier today.
What am I under arrest for?
For reckless endangerment.
And how was I
Turn around.
recklessly endangering my
We're not
child?
talking about it.
Soren, call mommy and tell them they're taking me to jail because you decided to walk down the street.
Let go of your hands.
That's not his fault.
Yeah, call mommy.
You're the mother. That's your responsibility to
Yeah,
keep
I
up with
need
your
you to not
child.
talk to me, please.
That's
Okay,
mature.
Soren, give her a call. Okay.
I need
Last time I checked, it wasn't illegal for a kid to walk to the store. So.
It is when they're 10 years old.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to see that on the books.
Okay. Well, you'll see it on your warrant.
Great.
I need somebody here to stay with the kids.
I don't have anybody.
Do you want to take this watch off? Or you want to take it with you?
Well, then I'm calling DFAX.
Soren, come here.
315 pounds. Show one female 95.
Come here. No, I want you to call Marmy. Come here.
She doesn't want to.
Well, maybe she.
Hey,
Mommy.
Hey, come here, let me talk to her. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
The police are here and they're taking me to jail. So I need you to come stay with the kids.
319 pounds, 1042.
No, I'm not kidding. It's ridiculous.
I'll be there just for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, bye. They're taking me to jail.
I love you.
Love you too, baby. Bye.
You keep coming in back.
I'll be back.
Come on.
Do you need to wait for my mom to get here?
We'll wait. Yeah, come on.
Okay, can I tell my other 2 kids goodbye so they don't freak out?
Yeah, that's
Please.
where they at.
Please go get Enola and Evander and tell them to come tell me goodbye. Okay, thanks.
Do you need to take anything with you?
Do I need anything?
Wallet or anything? Do you want to take it with you?
I probably should. It's in the car.
Okay. Which vehicle? This one or this
The
one?
black one.
Is it unlocked?
Yes.
Okay. You give me permission to get your wallet out of it?
No.
Okay. That chicken's wearing a jacket.
Yeah, no. There's one wearing another that one.
That's coming.
Call Daddy and tell him they're taking me to jail. Marmy will be here in a minute.
Huh?
Marmy will be here in a minute.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, love you guys.
Alright, love you. Bye. When will you be back?
Who knows?
What?
You need to check it for anything?
I'll have to carry it. Can I get your phone? You got anything else on you?
No, but you can stick the phone in there.
That's fine.
I don't have any pockets.
Okay. Nothing on it's going to get you in trouble once you cross guard lines.
I don't think so.
I'm just
don't
going to
do
lift this
drugs.
up, make sure there's no weapons or anything like that. I just have to check.
Alright, I don't carry weapons.
Nothing in your purse, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Alright, we'll go to this car here.
Okay.
Go to the passenger side. This side. Okay. Will you buckle her, Kelly? Alright, so if you'll slide all the way to the edge of the seat, because the seat buckle is under you. You can slide over. Good.
So Brittany is surprised. She's surprised she's getting arrested. She doesn't even know. So they show up at her office and there's a chicken with a jacket on it walking around. But again, this is where I think Brittany's attitude didn't do her any favors, and I'll explain more. Both Deputy Henry, Deputy Kaylee show up. They return to the residence. They're knocking on the door, you know, right there. And Brittany's like, like, 1 minute, guys. She's on the phone. I know she's a realtor. She's probably very busy, but you know, she's sitting at her desk. The report says, I knocked on the door. She held a finger up to tell us to hang on, guys. And Kaylee's knocking on the door again, and she opened the door, turned to walk away, and told us to hang on, and continued her phone conversation. So Kaylee's like, I asked her to hang up and speak with us, and she told me to hang on again. And that's when Kaylee asked her to step outside. Like, no, not 1 minute. Look, you know, Brittany, this isn't about you and your career, even though, of course, her career is very important. I'm sure her paying for this house, putting food on the table. But, you know, she's telling people on the phone, I have some people at the door. I've got to go. I'll call you back. So we know Brittany expected to turn right around and go back to her phone call. She didn't expect to get arrested. So she came outside. She was advised she was under arrest. And she's just like, I didn't know it was illegal to let your child walk to the store. The report says prior she stated several times she didn't know that Soren was walking to the store. Soren is obviously there, and Brittany is like, they're taking mommy to jail because you decided to walk to the store. And Kaylee is like, look, because Deputy Kaylee and Deputy Henry have been very nice to Soren, they're telling him, look, okay, this isn't your fault, bud. Don't be scared, because I guess Kaylee is saying Soren was on the verge of tears even when she picked him up, maybe because he knew he was in trouble because he did the wrong thing. It's a balancing act. I know Brittany's probably practicing tough love. She's like, indeed, at her wit's end. She wanted Soren to come with her, get his butt in the car. I guess he was being defiant. They had gotten into some argument, and so she must have been like, fine, you do whatever. I will take my older child, you know, one of my great children, to the chiropractor and deal with you later. Soren, I don't know what his issues are. Brittany's trying. They're going to talk about therapy and everything, but I just feel bad. The report says Brittany and her older children found this to be a laughing matter, and Miss Patterson could not comprehend why this was a serious issue. And that's the part where I think the cops are like, look, Brittany, take this more seriously. And Brittany is explaining she's so angry, she's just trying to be calm. She did a great job about being calm. I think some of it kind of came off as bitchiness, with maybe she didn't mean it that way, but it kind of came off that way. Brittany sounds like she's kind of at the end of her rope, not knowing what to do with Soren, but it's coming off as, well, I told him not to do that. You know, I told him not to, whatever, leave the house or whatever. I've told him in the past, and we've argued in the past. So Kaylee is asking, can anyone stay with the children? Is there anyone here besides your dad? Because they already see the grandpa situation. They see he lives off in the basement. Soren says that whole space in the basement is grandpa's. Obviously, grandpa's off, you know, doing his own thing. I mean, give the man a break. He's elderly. He's in a wheelchair. He's not like, I'm not saying people aren't capable, of course, in a wheelchair. I'm just saying he's obviously just off on his own. He's not taking care of these children. And some of them we see are older. I don't know if Soren is the youngest, but by watching the body cam video, I see she has a daughter who looks older, and I believe a son who was on the porch because she's like, let me say goodbye to my kids. And the son looked older too. Now, I don't know all Georgia laws and everything. We'll talk about a little bit of it. But if they're old enough of age, then Soren would be fine staying with them. But at least the grandmother, Jennifer, was on her way too. So now, body cam number 4. Brittany's mom, Jennifer, speaks to Kaylee about potentially sending Soren to be with his dad in Montana. This is what Brittany's going to refute and claim, oh, her mom didn't mean that.
So, in Georgia, if he was to be hit by a car today,
right,
or something, that falls back on her. She would be charged for that.
Yeah, because he's a minor.
Right, and she knew he was missing and left him here. And so that's what this charge is similar to that. She knew he was missing, didn't report it to us, and he's out on a busy roadway.
Right.
And cars are flying past him.
So he was in the road?
Yes, ma'am.
On down here in the middle of what?
Yes, ma'am.
Damascus Road and Damascus Circle on Georgia 28.
I mean, I don't know. That's what we've been discussing today, was whether or not to send him out to live with his dad in Montana or not.
Gotcha.
Because he's just gotten uncontrollable.
And maybe
we can't, besides locking him in his room, that'd be about the only way to keep him home.
maybe there's some kind of therapy or something like that.
She just spent $2,000 on therapy.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it didn't. He's still as belligerent as he ever was.
And
the day before yesterday, I took him to the river with me. He did everything I asked him to do. Helped me plant plants. I mean, he was great. And we just had the wedding, my other daughter's wedding, and he acted really nice. He was really good for the whole wedding. So he'll go through when he wants to do something, he'll do it. But he just thinks that he can make the rules.
Yeah. And so, and just to explain the difference, because I'll tell you, we are dealing with something similar with another juvenile in the county. The difference is...
Yeah, he's a juvenile.
Well, they're both juveniles, but the difference is the parents, they've built a fence around the house to try and keep him contained because he runs away. So they've built a fence around the house. I don't remember. He's young too. He's elementary school. They've had to put locks on the inside of their door that he can't reach to keep him, because that's their responsibility.
So, okay, so we wouldn't be in trouble for doing that then?
No.
Making him stay home.
Right.
I know that I've raised 4 girls on my own in this house, okay? But I never had any of them act like this at all. He also is sad inside, and that's what we're trying to figure out, what is going on.
And I could see that talking to him today.
Yeah, he's very sad. He's in tears. I mean,
he was almost in tears when I found him. Said he hadn't ate, couldn't remember the last time he ate.
No, he won't eat either.
Yeah.
He eats junk food. He won't eat anything
and that's
good.
We offered to make him something, help him, get something to eat, and he just... So I just want to explain to you what the difference is, so you don't think that we're just... If we had been called and said, hey, I can't find my son...
Well, that would have happened when she got back.
Right, but that's a long time for a kid to be missing. She was gone for an hour before we knew.
Okay, so we're supposed to call even if they're out in the woods playing and we don't know where they're out at exactly, because this happens all the time. They ride motorcycles. I mean, there's 16 acres here. I own that cabin over there. So there's times, I mean, when you don't know exactly where they're at, but you know they're on the property. That's what it has always been with him. He would just pitch a fit and go out in the woods and sit and cool off, and then he'd come back. But for some reason today, he elected to go.
Yeah,
like
he said
crazy.
he was trying to find his mom, and that she worked at a gas station in Blue Ridge.
That was just a lie. That was just a lie.
And then we came around that she was a
So
realtor.
he lied to you.
I still don't know what she does for work. I'll be honest.
She's a realtor.
Okay.
Yeah, she works out of this office right here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I never really figured out, and I don't know.
No, you don't know what's going on.
Right.
I understand that.
All I know is I have a child that's running around and a mom that's telling me I knew he was missing.
That you need to what? That
I had a child that's running around in traffic and a mom that's telling me she knew he was missing.
Okay. Right. So from that point.
So at that point
an arrest? I mean,
because it should have been reported to us.
Okay, well she did report to you when you called her.
No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. She didn't.
Okay, so we're supposed to always know. Okay, so yeah, so we're just, like you said, people got to put a fence up around their yard to keep their kids in, and if they don't, then it's their fault that the child is acting like an ass, which is what he's doing.
Okay.
I mean, that's crazy. Is she in the car, or is she?
No, she's already gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she could lose her way of making a living by being arrested. You do realize that?
Okay. That's not my concern. My concern is the children.
Yeah, the children are fine.
Okay.
The children have a good
also,
mother.
there's a DFACS referral, so they'll be coming out as well, okay?
That's fine.
Okay. I think that should be the best interest of everybody is the children.
Okay, so it says, once I arrived, I spoke to Jennifer about the reason for Brittany being arrested. So Jennifer too confirms and corroborates, her daughter's story, saying, look, Soren's out of control. She said just today we discussed sending him to live with his dad in Montana, and they had just put him in therapy, but it didn't work. So Brittany had just paid $2,000 for therapy for Soren. Brittany's mom is saying like it didn't work. Later in interviews, you'll see Brittany giving a lot of interviews all over if you're watching YouTube, mainstream media because people are taking up this cause like, get big government out of our parenting and this is a big overreaction. And I understand part of that, but once I digested the entirety of this specific situation, again, I don't fault the cops. Okay, did Brittany need to be arrested? Maybe not. She was only in there an hour, but maybe it will teach her different ways to handle a situation, and I'll bring it up in a second too about the tracking device. But Brittany's mom, Jennifer, said Soren is sad and he won't eat. But still, Jennifer was confused as to why Brittany was arrested. And Kaylee is trying to explain, okay, Brittany's arrested because she knew Soren was missing and she didn't report it. So I think Kaylee wants Brittany to reach out more to authorities for help. Kaylee talked about another juvenile in town who runs away and his parents installed an entire fence around their property. Maybe that's what Brittany will have to do, but that might not keep Soren out. But still, certain parents install locks, and I was like, yeah, you do have to do that stuff. I mean, I had to do that when my son was 3, when I figured out he could open the front door with the double lock, so I had to install, one of those, like hotel door kind of locks, double lock up there he couldn't reach. But Jennifer is trying to defend her daughter, and she's saying basically, Brittany did report it when you called her. And Kaylee's like, no, that's not the way it works. We were calling her, basically. Jennifer's like, so people have to put a big fence around their yard to keep their kids in? And if they don't, then it's their fault that the kid is acting like an ass, which is what he's doing? And then Jennifer is like, look, my daughter could lose her way of living because she was arrested. You do realize that. Not the way to handle it with these cops. To which Kaylee advised, look, her concern is the safety of the child. And the way she said it, like basically which should be everyone's concern. Look, I'm concerned that this child is safe. And I get it. You can't lock a child in. I'm sure there are rules against that too. I have a heart for parents whose kids want to run away, and what do you do? And some parents are afraid to call the cops, but maybe that's the best idea. Locking them in, you don't want a fire hazard. There's so many concerns, but that's where the body cam ends. But the case took off after that. Brittany says she was presented with this safety plan by the Georgia Division of Family and Children's Services, which she refused to sign. So that's why it's going even more viral. Now, in terms of Soren's dad, I guess he's working in Montana, as I understand it. And that's why Soren's grandma brought up the fact that she was speaking with Brittany, like, what can we do? Can we send him off to live with his dad or something temporarily or whatever? And then Brittany is coming back and saying, oh, well, my mom says stuff like that. Stuff she doesn't mean when she's upset. So I'm like, wait, what? Did you have the conversation with your mom or not? I mean, that's just kind of sketchy. But anyway, and now Brittany won't sign this safety plan, but she's working with Parents USA, and their GoFundMe has raised more than $47,802. I'm going to check it again. I keep checking. I don't know, before jumping behind her cause, now it's up to $48,352. It's fighting for Brit's parental rights. Brittany has this lawyer. And before people start dumping all this money on this GoFundMe, I was thinking people need to know the entirety of the situation. Brittany's lawyer, David DeLugas, is arguing that Georgia state guidelines say children ages 9 to 12 may be left alone for a maximum of 2 hours. But my thing is, Soren wasn't at home. It's not like he was wandering on his own property for a couple of hours. First of all, Soren walked down a mile down that highway to the Dollar General trying to get someone to sell him a lighter for God knows what reason. And secondly, according to these police reports sent to me, Brittany was not planning to come back home until 9:15 that evening. So was she going to leave him alone for 9 hours? Well, technically her dad was at home, but was he going to wander around for 9 hours? Was Soren going to come back home? There's just so many what ifs. So Brittany was taken to jail, and her lawyer is saying she was forced to change clothes, she was fingerprinted, she had her mugshot taken and all of this. She was there for about an hour and a half before being released on bail. She said she felt shock and disbelief. Now, that DFCS agent arrived the next day to interview the children. So this is when Brittany was asked to sign the safety plan, and they would have just had her download a tracking app on Soren's phone and delegate a safety person who would look after her child when she was not home, but she's refusing to sign it. She's feeling like, she's saying, I felt like it was more of a risk at that point for me to sign something like that without any kind of guarantee than it was for me to just refuse to sign it and stand up for what I believe in. Here's the thing. I get it. Free range parenting is a thing. You know, we don't want to be helicopter parents. I admit, I was a helicopter parent. I'm still a helicopter parent, only because I've seen so many horrific true crime cases, and I hate especially when they happen to children, when they could be prevented. Now, Brittany, I get it. She's saying, look, according to her, these authorities did not promise her that the charges would be dropped against her if she signed the safety plan, so that's the reason she didn't sign it. If it were up to me, I would have little tile devices, tracking devices just attached to everyone's clothes, you know, like Soren, and like I wanted to create this device. I forgot what I was going to call it. I still want to create it, like bangles that are tracking devices that can go on kids, or like some kind of bands. That's what I was calling it, like a Bluetooth band or something, just because in so many of these cases, if there was GPS on a kid, especially, even if he's storming off and he's angry, but let's say he has this little band on, Brittany could look at her phone. He's storming off, fine. He's on their property. Let's say if he were in the woods, fine. He's refusing to come with me to the chiropractor, but at least I see where he is at all times. I don't find anything wrong with that. I mean, my family, we have Life 360, even all of us adults, you know, just to see, oh, okay, they made it to work, or they made it over their friend's house, or okay, they made it home. It's very valuable to me. And this is not even a sponsorship for them. I love Life 360. So to me, there's nothing wrong with just having GPS. If you know it's a kid who gets upset, who tends to storm off, who, you know, the cops said perhaps he has a learning disability, people thought he was younger than he was. I don't know. That's no kind of victim blaming or diss or shade at all. I'm just saying, how do you make an untenable situation more tenable? How do you practice free range parenting, let them blow off steam while still keeping them safe? GPS tracking, we might as well use it. I think people are just getting the main headline. They're just getting this headline of, oh, this 10, 11-year-old boy walked off to the store and the cops arrested the mom. And it's a lot more to it than that. It's a lot more nuanced. So again, heaven forbid, but if something had happened to Soren, if he had gone off and been kidnapped, if he had gone off and gotten hit by a car, gotten into some horrible situation, I guarantee you people would have been saying, why didn't anyone see something, say something? Why didn't these cops do anything? Why didn't these parents do anything? Well, these are good cops to me who saw a situation that was weird. They were called. You know, the Good Samaritan noticed something going on here. It's weird. I'm not sure, but let me call the cops just to be safe. If she hadn't have called the cops, how long would Soren have been wandering around? Would he have just wandered around for 9 hours? He had never gone this far before. What else would he have done? What would he have done if he had gotten hold of a lighter? I don't know. I feel like harm was prevented, thank God. To me, there's nothing wrong with a safety plan. If whatever's going on, Brittany's doing the right thing. She's getting them in therapy, trying to get it to work. Her mom is there on the property. If she could utilize her mom more to keep even more of an eye on him as they keep digging into what's going on, what the real root of the issue is. If his dad would get along with Soren better in Montana, who knows? Whatever it is, just get to the root of the issue. I'm not saying they're not trying, by no means, but instead of turning it into this fight for free range parenting issue and collecting all of these GoFundMes and, you know, her lawyer her lawyer hinting at a lawsuit. The attorneys all on these mainstream media interviews talking about, someone asked, are you going to sue him? I think it was News Nation asking the lawyer, oh, are you going to sue the cops? And the lawyer's like, well, not yet. You know, he's hinting, oh, we could sue these cops. I don't think these cops need to be sued. Now, that other Ohio Portage County situation where it was carpet powder and they hemmed those young men up in jail thinking it was drugs, yeah, okay, that could be a lawsuit. This situation, no. I think these cops were just concerned for a young boy. They knew something was off, and I don't like to see this case being transformed into something that it's not. They're like, Soren was sad or he looked confused, and of course the lawyer's saying, Brittany's lawyer saying, oh, of course he was confused. He didn't know why these cops were all up in his face. He didn't know why this basically Good Samaritan was all up in his face. Well, there's something wrong. You know, if you're wandering around when you're supposed to be in school, it's a school day, it's the middle of the day, you're walking a mile by yourself, the woman thinks you're 7, but you're really 11, you're trying to buy a lighter, all these situations combined, sadness, there's a lot going on there. It's not really to me about free range parenting. You know, we can take each situation as it comes. It's about a different situation, and I see it being kind of twisted and parlayed into a fight against free range parenting, which I guess can be great, but I don't really believe in now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, if it's free range parenting with good guidelines, with good guardrails, you know, if you want your 11-year-old to go off to camp and you've done the best of your ability to see if the counselors are great, to see if it has a good reputation and they can kind of experience some freedom there. But in terms of letting kids, I don't know, walk for miles alone, the only problem I have with that is there's just so many creepers. There's so many cases of creepers. By the grace of God, we're protected. I'm glad Soren was protected. Colossians 2:8 through 10. See to it that no one takes you captive through philosophy and empty deception, pseudo-intellectual babble, according to the tradition and musings of mere men, following the elementary principles of this world, rather than following the truth, the teachings of Christ. For in him all the fullness of deity, the Godhead, dwells in bodily form, completely expressing the divine essence of God. And in him you have been made complete, achieving spiritual stature through Christ. And he is the head over all rule and authority of every angelic and earthly power. So I hope this situation really gets, I don't know, settled somehow, and it isn't morphed into this big issue about letting our children have freedom. I don't really think that's what it's about, but it's what it's being kind of parlayed and what it's being parlayed and morphed into. Honestly, I really think if Brittany, if she had a little more of a humble attitude when she first talked to Kaylee, instead of like, let me ignore this call from the police, probably didn't say police, you know, she didn't know. But it's like, if she would have been like, oh my goodness, I don't know, fall more on the mercy of the court, of the police, like, please guys, help me, I'm so sorry, I didn't know he was gone. Like she said, I'm on the way and everything, but her attitude was kind of like, I know, I told him he would probably get picked up because and I feel like Kaylee didn't appreciate that, and that's why it kind of went the way it went. If she were making the police more of her allies instead of kind of antagonizing them, maybe it would have gone a little bit better. But even when she was throwing her finger up at them, I mean, the cops had already decided they were coming there to arrest her. So, you know, we'll see. It's very fascinating. Thank you to the Georgia authorities who got these body cams over to me lickety-split and all the reports. It's interesting to take a look at the whole full story and not just the headlines, not just the, you know, goals that people want you to focus on and, you know, funding this GoFundMe as if they're fighting big government or fighting overreach or fighting all that. To me, this case just looks at cops and a Good Samaritan trying to protect Soren. I pray he's continually protected in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.